would like to ask each one of you to take 3 to 5 minutes and give me the most important takeaways you would like all of our attendees to leave with today. Laura, you want to start us off?
Sure, absolutely. So really the key takeaways I have for those listening, on our behalf, the invitees and anyone else out there, is to really just keep an open and curious mind regarding R&D. We still run into many companies that, believe they aren't doing any R&D, or that R&D takes place, within a lab, that people wearing lab coats and test tubes, and they kind of have a really, kind of conception of what it is. So, just be open to that. And then, while over time the R&D credit has evolved to become more friendly for taxpayers, there's still a lot of complexities, and tests and regulations within it, as the fellow panelists have kind of touched on. So, really my key advice is to just reach out to a specialist, someone who knows about this stuff, someone who's been doing this for a while, and that can be me or anyone else, on the panel who you know and trust. And we here at ABGI, we conduct a phase 1 assessment just to see kind of what type of R&D activities potentially exist. And if there's no viable R&D opportunity, we walk away, and we don't want to waste anyone's time. But, we can maybe assess what other tax incentives exist and how we can help in other ways. So that's really all I have.
Thomas Moule.
I think Laura said it very well. I mean, a lot of the points that she just described there, I would certainly reiterate strongly. Many companies, many times when we get a new introduction and we present the concept, the first reaction is, oh, we don't do anything special that would qualify. But you just have to keep asking some questions and learning more about the operation of the company. And more often than not, you are going to find something. Like Laura, we certainly do a cost-benefit estimate for the client, so if it's not significant, if it's cost-prohibitive, we're going to walk away as well. But I honestly find that more often than not, that's the rarity. Most people have the activities. It's just a matter of have they learned enough about the credit? Are they informed enough about the credit to take advantage of it? And I think that we as practitioners, that's really our job, is to not only do the nuts and bolts of the credit, make a defendable study on their behalf and generate that very important documentation, but that our job is also to educate so that the company and its key personnel have a really good understanding of what qualifies as an activity, and that's certainly going to help them to enhance and maximize their credit as they go forward.
Matthias Needham.
Well, I would say, everything that Laura and Thomas already stated, but, the R&D tax credit is a great opportunity for businesses. It's a credit that is out there, and it can be substantial. We've worked with clients that have, hundreds of thousands of dollars in credits, up to $1 million in credits, and these credits are out there. And it's funny when I talk to some of the clients, and they were like, we didn't even know we were doing R&D. Most people who are doing their day-to-day operation do not think about it in the terms of a full part test, or think about it in terms of, how we as tax professionals are looking at it. So, never, just take for granted that what you're doing isn't R&D. Reach out to a professional, have them take a look at it. We're kind of like everyone else. We'll take a look at it free of charge, and if there's nothing there, we walk away. But for the most part, the one thing I would love to stress is documentation. It's going to be the key getting through some pretty serious audits. So don't be scared of the credit. Just take advantage of it, but make sure you're doing it up to snuff so that it will pass in the event of an audit.
And finally, William Kuhlman.
Thank you. I can't reiterate what everybody else has said because I pretty much agree. Definitely you want to use an outside provider. Inside, I've seen inside work, and it doesn't pass the IRS snuff. tests, smell tests. But one thing I've seen, I've been doing this 20-plus years, and I will tell somebody straight up, if you're in the industry, it's competitive, as in you're spending a lot of effort and making money. I mean, making profits, even startups. If you're in the development, there's an R&D credit there somewhere, either a process or product side. So it might not be significant in the general sense, but the ability to somebody come in objectively, talk to management, talk to some of the SMEs on the inside, and identify and help. And we're all in the client service business, so our job is to make sure we're helping our clients. And in this case, the R&D credit is probably the best way to go now and also going forward to do that.